And some people feel that even this diagram is very big, so they go for approximate equivalent circuit. So considering when you consider the transformer is operating on a full load means the no load component can be ignored. No load component will come only when the transformer is secondary is open. Correct? We have seen that. So if the transformer is operating on full load, there is no need, there is no logic in putting that no load component. So I can even remove that no load component. So see here that R naught X naught is removed here. In this portion, R naught X naught is removed. See the previous diagram. I am going to remove R naught X naught when what is the condition? When the transformer is operating on full load. Only in that condition, I can omit the R naught X naught combination without adding much error to my circuit. And as we have seen, this is going to be just 3 to 5%, right? So it is not going to cause much error into my circuit if I'm going to remove that R naught and X naught from my circuit. So now what I can even
Sir, full load means what, sir?
yeah, yeah, what?
Full load means what, sir?
Full load means, see, your transformer secondary, you can connect many appliances in parallel. Just like maybe I'll give you a simple example. In your house, all the appliances what you use are connected in parallel, right? Assume that they are connected to secondary of a transformer. So when you switch on your AC, when you watch TV, when your mother is preparing food, she is using a mixie. When you are using a microwave oven, when all the fans are running, so that is going to be a full load condition. The transformer voltage is fully consumed by all the devices. That is a simple example of full load. You're able to
Okay.
visualize. No load
Yes,
means
sir.
you are going outstation. You are locking the house and you are switching off the mains. So which means that input is always coming to your house, but none of the appliances in the house is running. That is going to be a no load condition.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So this is the final simplified equivalent circuit referring to the primary side. What you get. You are just I just made one change. I removed that R naught and X naught. And see here the same thing. I can from this circuit I can draw the equivalent circuit and you refer to the secondary. I told you two possibilities are there. I can either draw the circuits referring to primary or referring to secondary. I have drawn the final equivalent circuit referring to primary, and from this I can draw the circuit referring to secondary. So if I draw the circuit referring to secondary means all the wherever you have divided by k square, you have to remove it. Wherever you did not divide by k square, you have to multiply by k square and you have to do the reverse thing. So you see here, first one v1. See, usually when you transfer from secondary to primary, we'll divide by k. So when you do from primary to secondary, you multiply by k. So see here k into v1. Okay, and re1 will become re2 and xe1 will become xe2. And what is re2 and xe2 is given here. You are multiplying by k square. So R1 plus R2 by k square will become k square R1 plus R2. Same way k square X1 plus X2. And ZL, it's the secondary. So no, do nothing. So it's just ZL. V2, secondary. So just V2. I2, secondary current. So just I2. See, all the secondary parameters you should not disturb. You should convert all the primary parameters in, you have to multiply by k square. Okay, this is the circuit when you refer from the secondary. You should be very much comfortable in converting the circuit from one side to another side. Just multiplying or dividing in k square. That's all. Simply only that we are doing. Mostly the first circuit is preferred. Very rarely we go for this, but we don't use the circuit referred to secondary because we have an input available at the primary. So we'll always transform all the components from secondary to primary side and not the reverse. This is just to understand, to make you clear that even this circuit can also be drawn referring to the secondary side. Okay, that is also possible. So remember one logic: when you transform any component from secondary to primary, divide by k square. When you transform voltage from secondary to primary, divide by k. When you transform current from secondary to primary, multiply by k. If you do the reverse thing, you have to do the reverse. Okay. So remember one thing. Other thing will naturally be the reciprocal. If you are from secondary to primary, you are dividing by k square means primary you have to multiply by k square, right? Same thing. So remember one thing, secondary to primary is our mostly used condition. So remember the conditions for that. any component, inductor, resistor, or capacitor you are transferring from secondary to primary, divide by K square. Any voltage you are transferring, divide by K. Any current you are transferring, multiply by K. I will remember only these things. For the other circuit, I'll be, based on this, I will be doing the reverse thing. That's all. See, we should uh, we should remember things in a clear way so that we don't waste our memory. So remembering both the circuits, remembering all the relations is unnecessary and confusing. So remember one combination, the other is going to be completely reciprocal of it. So you can find the other one by clearly saying for the first one. So this is going to be the approximate equivalent circuit of a transformer looking from primary side. This is looking from the secondary side. Any doubts in this approximate equivalent circuit? An approximate equivalent circuit is only for full load condition, so that I can neglect that no load current easily.